think about plastic pollution, we almost always picture something we can see. Plastic bags on the shore, bottles in the ocean, landfills. But perhaps the most important part of this story almost never makes it into the picture. Because the most destructive processes begin not when plastic lies beneath our feet, but when it disappears from sight. When plastic breaks down to micro and nanoscales, it stops being just trash. It begins to act like a completely different type of material, an active particle where the decisive factors are no longer familiar shape or mass, but rather its unique properties, including electric charge, which facilitates the interaction with everything around it, including humans. In soils, they interact with plant root systems and microbial communities. In aquatic environments, they interact with plankton and marine organisms. In terrestrial ecosystems, they affect insects, birds, and animals. Passing through food chains, micro and nanoplastic particles become integrated into bioaccumulation processes, altering the very conditions in which entire ecosystems exist. This critical issue is explored in depth in the landmark report, Nanoplastics, a systematic risk analysis for human health, ecosystems, and the environment, prepared by researchers at the ALLATRA Global Research Center. This report compiles the data from 597 scientific sources dedicated to micro and nanoplastics, making it one of the most extensive contemporary works in this field. It presents the issue as a comprehensive map from the physical properties of nanoplastic particles to their interaction with cells, tissues, organisms, and ecosystems. The report reveals that micro and nanoplastics are present in the air, water, soil, agricultural products, food chains, and even within the human body. The research compiled by the authors demonstrates that nanoplastic particles have been found in the placenta, lungs, liver, brain, and other organs. The report pays special attention to the ability of nanoplastics to cross the most well-protected biological barriers within the human body, the intestinal, placental, blood-brain, and other protective barriers. Once nanoplastics penetrate the cell, they trigger a cascade of destructive mechanisms that are today considered as critical threats: oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, inflammatory reactions, and the disruption of cellular processes. The authors of this report pose a deeper question. Why do micro and nanoplastics behave this way? Why do they interact so actively with proteins? Why do they penetrate cells? The report identifies the electrical nature of nanoplastics as one of the key avenues for future research. The authors point out that the surface charge of nanoplastics alone, also known as the zeta potential, may not be sufficient to fully explain the particle's behavior. They formulate a research hypothesis suggesting a potentially more complex internal charge organization concerning the subsurface electrical structure of nanoplastics, dipole configurations, charge traps, and electret-like states. This is a particularly crucial point because it opens up entirely new perspectives on how we approach finding solutions. Large plastic waste can still be collected. However, once plastic breaks down into micro and nanoparticles that disperse across air, water, soil, organisms, and food chains, mechanical cleanup can no longer remove them all. This raises a more fundamental question. Is it possible not only to detect such particles, but also to understand how to reduce their electrostatically mediated bioreactivity? This is exactly why the report serves as a roadmap for the next stage of scientific inquiry and interdisciplinary research. Among the practical directions emphasized by the authors are the development of unified international monitoring standards, comparable measurement methods, a specific focus on the smallest fractions under 10 micrometers, the study of particle surface, aging, and charge, and the creation of broad interdisciplinary collaboration among toxicologists, clinicians, biophysicists, ecologists, materials scientists, and analytical technology experts. We are used to asking the question, how much plastic has already entered the environment? But perhaps the next and far more important question is, what happens to plastic when it's no longer visible, and what should we do about it? The report, Nanoplastics, a systematic risk analysis for human health, ecosystems, and the environment, shows that nanoplastics represent a new form of systemic risk that must be recognized today at both the scientific and international public levels, before these particles become an even greater part of our environment and our lives.